Hi, folks. I did send something on Facebook because when I do videos, it goes on to Facebook. So I just seen something on Facebook, just going down the page that looked interesting. Basically, it says what the herd hates most is the one who thinks differently. It's not so much the opinion itself, but the audacity of wanting to think for yourself. Something that they do not know how to do. Well, then that's me. That's why people in church can't stand what I say. That's why they get offended all the time. It's because of the fact that, of course, I'm not one of them. They look at me with that same audacity. Now, that quote I just read was given in the 1800s because, well, 1900s maybe. The person died in 1860 who made that quote. And that is still very much true now. But as I say, because I'm living that out. So I'm just moving in a chair, you can hear that. It's a noisy chair. But, yeah. It's nice seeing that because... And the picture is one man saying to the crowd, yes, you're all wrong. Yeah. Well, yeah. That's what it feels like I'm doing sometimes. And it's not intentional. It really isn't. It's not an intent that I try and do is say to everyone else you're wrong, because that's not, that's not the intent. The intent is just to speak truth, and the problem is people get offended by it because it's not what they believe. So therefore, they're wrong. So yeah. But as I say again, I've never been someone who's gone by feelings necessarily. Not really. No, I'm not obese. I've never been into alcohol. I've smoked. And of course, the thing about smoking, which I don't think I mentioned in the last one, is it's not necessarily a cigarette that feels good. It's the fact that if you're in a stressful situation, lighting the cigarette is that flame. That flame takes your attention away from whatever is stressing you out, and that feels good. Obviously, when you're smoking as well, because you're breathing in a bit slower, and you're breathing out a bit slower, also that's another reason why it feels good. But the actual cigarette itself, I suppose, it touches something in the addiction, but generally speaking, that's not so much the point with smoking. But so I smoked, did that, and pornography I've had an issue with, but drugs, alcohol, food, not particularly. None of that. Lust, yes. So that's why pornography is, because of lust, yes. But yeah. So really, when it comes down to it, I'm not so much into the point of whether something feels nice. To me, most of the time, truth is it difficult for me to understand? Okay, it may very well be true then. yeah. If it's difficult to accept and to take and to understand, then it probably is true. Yes. Yeah, but because the reality is, I think I've always been someone who could acknowledge that there is just so much. The levels of things that I do not know. The amount of things that I do not know. Oh my God. There's so much that I don't know and do not understand. So therefore, in so many areas, if I had an opinion, I'd be wrong. But that's why I try not to have an opinion on that. It's like things like sport. I used to be, as a kid, I was very good at understanding. So Even when I was about 12, I was coaching adults how to play tennis. I wasn't a great tennis player, but I was coaching adults how to play tennis. And from about the age of 11, I was coaching people how to play football. Because I understood. I watched it, I understood what worked, how it worked, and why it worked. Because of the fact that I just, I didn't just watch it, I took notice. And it's always been a case I've taken notice. And so therefore, I've been incredibly blessed in that way of, understanding about certain things. I wish to a certain degree, if I could go back, I'd be doing things like car mechanics, because it'd be a damn sight easier if I could just fix my own car. Yeah, it'd be a damn sight blinking cheaper, because the stuff that I know doesn't exactly make me money or save me money by knowing it. And so therefore, it'd be wonderful if I knew some stuff that would actually be useful. But, with regards to that, with regards to, that sort of stuff, or, a way of, making the place I live in better, making the area I'm in better, that'd be good. But, I have the knowledge and understanding and the wisdom that I have. Again, that's why, when you speak about things like football, I have an understanding about football. I have an understanding about excellence and about, how you get excellence. And, but again, because I've spoken to God about it a lot. And so therefore, yes. But, do I feel bad that I know? No. Because, as I say, there's all these people that have had a far better life than me with regards to they've had families, they've had brothers and sisters, they've had parents that were loving, they went on nice holidays when they were young with their parents and their brothers and sisters. Since they've been adults, they've had lovely jobs, they've been able to buy their own home and have cars and have lovely children and still have a lovely family now. I've had none of that. None of that at all. And so therefore, should they feel guilty that they've had that? No. No. So, should I? No. No. I shouldn't feel guilty for what I have. And so therefore I don't. I don't feel that I'm especially brilliant because of it either. No. And you shouldn't. If you have, if you have your own home, if you have lovely cars, if you have money to do all that sort of stuff, then should you feel that you've got that because you were so great and so wonderful and such a good human, such a good adult, no, you were lucky. You were fortunate. Well, so am I. I'm incredibly fortunate that I was made the way I was made. That I am who I am and that God made me this way. There have been detriments to it, but some wonderful benefits that I'm seeing now that for most of my life, for 40, you're going to say for over 50 years of my life, so much of my life was absolutely horrendous. I'm not going to try and pretend that it wasn't, because it was terrible. So much of it just not good at all. But I say, because I didn't have all the things that most people have. But now I have something that most people don't have. Well, okay. I'm not going to feel bad about that in any way, shape or form, because while you were enjoying your lovely family when you were young, I wasn't. While you were enjoying all the things you enjoyed for most of your life, I wasn't. So, Yeah. As I say, I enjoy doing these videos because I enjoy, yeah, especially when I know that things are coming together. When that is said and that links with that, and then that is said, because I never try to link. I never try to do any of that because I wouldn't know how. I'm not that clever in that way. It's just a completely natural thing, and it's God doing it. So it's like it works. But when you see that it works. At the moment, other people aren't seeing it because, okay. Are there a lot of people viewing the videos? No. So right now, there's not a lot of other people seeing it. Doesn't matter. Can I see it? Yeah. And because I see it, I go, oh, that's nice. I like that. Yeah. That's why the title to the last video ends with, and that is nice, which is nice. Because it is. It is nice. To have asked the questions all those years and to now be getting the answers to those questions is nice. Yeah. Because while I was asking those questions, I was, suffering the consequences of not having what everyone else has had. So now, yeah, I have the benefits of now receiving what most people will not receive. And so there you go. It is what it is. Yeah. It's about pointing to the Father with all this stuff. And, yeah, as I say, He's the one who does all the work, so He's the one who gets all the glory. So you take care. God bless. I'll speak to you soon. Bye-bye.